All right, coming up, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is teaming up with the newly appointed border czar, Tom Homan, to crack down on violent criminals and expedite deportations from the United States. A partnership that marks a significant shift in New York City's approach to public safety. Will more sanctuaries follow? Stick around. You're watching Wake Up America Weekend only on NewsMax.
And I don't know why we want to ignore the fact that there is, from some of these dangerous Ecuadorian gangs we saw on Long Island, the dangerous gangs that we saw coming from other regions, we have an obligation and responsibility to keep people safe in this city. And all law enforcement should play a role in that. All law enforcement, and we should not handcuff law enforcement for carrying out that job. And I think that this entire narrative has been hijacked. There's a great level of distortion. People are trying to push their own agenda.
That was New York City Mayor Eric Adams at a presser this week describing how it is necessary for law enforcement to work together in deporting violent criminals for the sake of keeping American citizens safe. Now, New York is the largest sanctuary city in the United States. Starting here is the big question to set a precedent for the rest of the country.
Well, for more, let's welcome in Texas State Representative-elect Executive Director of Texas Sheriff's Regional Alliance, A.J. Louderback, along with former Senior Advisor to DHS, Berney Flowers. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, AJ, I'll start with you, sir. Are you surprised that Mayor Eric Adams is working with Homan, and do you think more Democrat mayors will come out in support of the new border czar?
Well, I'm pleasantly surprised that Mayor Adams has taken this position. I'm proud of him for standing on the side of law and order and wanting to help, border czar Tom Homan, who's a personal friend of mine, and the president's vision of trying to, clean up our country. And I think New York's a good place to start. This is a good, positive message from the mayor, I applaud him for that.
Berney, let me come to you. Before the presser, Mayor Adams and Homan sat down and spoke at length about illegal immigration. What do you think the policies that need to happen in New York City to end and for Adams to be successful, to be working with Homan?
Thanks for that question. The bottom line is the policies already exist. There's a provision called 287G that allows ICE and law enforcement to work together. So this has been done before. This isn't something new. It's just the need for, politicians, especially on the Democratic side, to realize that their job is to protect the American citizen and the American taxpayer. And there's been a wholesale shift in that policy or that thought process since Mr. Trump has won. And there's going to be a lot of changes. And it's just a matter of the mayor and the sanctuary city people. They need to understand that the American people expect to be protected and expect to be taken care of. And I'm glad to see it.
Absolutely. Well, Canada has begun to take the northern border situation a lot more serious as threats of tariffs and a looming trade war with the U.S. grow. Now, AJ, talk about the immediate effect that Trump is having on our border security, and what do you expect to see 4 years from now?
Well, everyone's going back to work. Everyone is anticipation where the rule of law will return to our country. And our Border Patrol and ICE agents are so thankful. The men and women of Border Patrol are so thankful that they're through this time period of lawlessness. And, I pioneered 287G here in Texas. We had 26 counties that were 287G partners. It's a great program. So Berney is spot on about that. And in 4 years from now, we're going to see, I think in a short year, we're going to see a major change in the attitude as we start to cleanse this country of illegal and especially the criminal element here, which I've always been. I've said the criminality here is what really defines a lot of this situation. So we anticipate a very, very positive message as we get back on track with the rule of law and cleaning this mess up.
And Berney, your thoughts?
I think that the Canadian leaders are just blustering. We've got a trade deficit in their favor of about $100 billion, and we can't afford to just keep handing money over to other countries. Even though they're our partners and we're tied in with them, they've got to comply with helping to protect the American citizens as we protect their interests. We have to understand that our militaries are tied together through, NATO and also through NORTHCOM. We work together. So the issue of the day is we have a mutual interest in protecting each other's borders, and Canada hasn't been holding up their end of the bargain, and it's time to have a come to Jesus meeting, as they say.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a lot of that happening with President Trump in office.
Oh, yes.
Every day.
Every day.
Well, I'm glad to hear the morale is coming back with our Border Patrol. And where are the missing 300,000 children and counting? A.G. Louderback, Berney Flowers, thank you, sir, for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Y'all too.
Thank you.
Good to see y'all. Thank you very much.
Well, plenty more still to come on Wake Up America Weekend, folks. We'll be right back.